Welcome to our guide on how to get good at Baptiste, a support that requires players to become particularly well-rounded and will heavily reward the dedicated few who are able to become a jack of all trades. Players who are noob-tube enthusiasts from Modern Warfare 2 will love Baptiste, as his almost non-existent personality is made up in raw healing potential. Simply lob this shit anywhere near a teammate and watch as their health gets more full than a female model after eating an entire stick of celery. But don't even try to heal yourself with this shit, because for whatever fucking reason, it doesn't work. Instead, you can use his area of effect heals, which is like Lucio, but on a fucking enormous 15-second cooldown. Soldier mains will also froth at the fucking mouth when playing Baptiste, as his primary fire will absolutely delete people if the player has decent aim. Big boy Jeff himself said his favorite gun in Modern Warfare 2 was the M16 3-round burst, so it's safe to assume that this shit is heavily inspired by that masterpiece. So simply channel your Mountain Dew drinking self from 2009. And don't forget to comment on the appearance of the other team's mothers to really get into the zone. Baptiste players should always prioritize healing over viciously destroying their enemies, but always remember that unlike your useless team, your weapon is especially suited to deal with Farah. So always remember to send that flying Egyptian back to the fucking Shadow Realm. But any player worth their weight in gamer fuel will know that his lamp is the most broken shit at his disposal. Just throwing this out near anyone on your team will make it impossible for them to die, which naturally means you want to be abusing this disco frisbee at any opportunity you can, and destroying the enemies whenever they try to replicate your unquestionable success. Alternatively, players can just slap enemy players the fuck away from their dedicated comfort zone before crushing them into oblivion. The lamp is just comically versatile. Don't even worry about getting jumped in a one-on-one fight. Just throw this shit down and win by default. If a Doomfist tries to punch you, lamp. If a McCree tries to lock onto your head, lamp. If a Junkrat tries to use his spooky tire of death just to take you out, then you'd better fucking believe there's going to be a big thick lamp. You can always save that one fucking Zen who's always out of fucking position and gets himself killed like a degenerate dumb shit. Or better yet, simply wait for a teammate to be caught out of position and desperately dived on by the other team before bailing them out with a lamp and watching them clean up without consequence. The only gaping hole in any of these strategies is that they all rely on an ability with a cooldown longer than the life expectancy of an unvaccinated 3-year-old child. With this in mind, players should be very conscious of when they have it available and when they should play it safe. Keeping track of enemy ultimates is absolutely essential to keep your team alive. His last regular ability that solidifies his racial stereotype is that he can jump really high. Use this shit to get to the high ground and stay there for as long as you can. Baptiste's ultimate, on the other hand, is all kinds of special. Simply pop this rectangle and the effect of any healing or damaged projectiles that pass through will be increased by 100%. As a general and not completely accurate rule of thumb, if D.Va can eat it with her defense matrix, then it can probably be boosted. The raw fucking damage that can be abused with this window of opportunity is just insane, and even more so when considering it will also stack with other damage boosting sources such as Nano Boost and Supercharger. However, just on its own, his ultimate can turn most damage dealers into absolute monsters. All of a sudden, half the roster of heroes can one-shot the other half just by hitting them anywhere on the body. Even Reinhardt can throw his enormous fire strike through the window and one-shot anything with 200 health or less. However, most of the time your team won't be nearly coordinated enough to try anything listed above, and you'll probably be forced to take matters into your own hands. This will mean 2 full bursts from your gun will be able to fully kill most squishes, but this likewise means that your healing potential will also be amplified. In general, players shouldn't ever worry about wasting this ultimate, as you get it so fucking fast anyway, and if you can see an opportunity to secure even a single worthwhile elimination, then it will have been put to good use. With all of the mentioned applications for this ability, none seem to be so hopelessly difficult to counter than when paired with McCree. Not only is Red Dead Man perfectly suited to repel any kind of dive bullshit that you're likely to face, but by combining your ultimates properly, this combo can be just as deadly as any other on offer. Deadeye fundamentally has two main weaknesses. It makes McCree extremely vulnerable, and enemies will often be able to escape line of sight before the damage is high enough. Baptiste couldn't give a shit about either of those things, and in the span of 2 seconds, can make him literally fucking unkillable and straight up double his damage output. The only requirement for this to work is the element of surprise, good coordination, and exceptional pre-planned positioning. It should be noted that the Deadeye lock-on time doesn't factor in the Amplification Matrix, so players should be mindful that a full lock isn't needed in order to instantly kill enemy players. Enjoy abusing the shit out of this strategy all the way up to top 500. That's not to say other heroes cannot enjoy the same level of success, with many becoming absolute fucking powerhouses when well synergized with a competent Baptiste player. Although in practice, McCree seems to be the most reliable when it comes to consistent damage and is recommended for this bullshit strategy. Although, this also depends on the competences of your damage dealers and how much you trust them to make the most out of your support. Professional player Shaw4 once said, "There are 3 factors that make a good player: mechanics, game sense, and positioning. To be Grandmaster, you need to have perfected one of those skills. To be top 500, you need to have perfected 2, and to be a pro player, you need all 3. There is perhaps no better example of a hero that requires all 3 of these disciplines than Baptiste. His hit-scan nature makes it crucial for players to be mechanically competent. His high impact and long cooldown abilities demand exceptional game sense, and his easily exploitable lack of self-healing and mobility make him an excellent dive target if the player cannot remain in a favorable position. Players who are able to master all of these techniques will, however, be able to ascend to levels that are thought to be only obtainable by the Overwatch gods themselves, and even when your entire team is wiped out and you find yourself hopelessly separated and alone, you will still be able to channel enough absolute bullshit from his kit to get you out safe and sound. Baptiste has a solution for every problem, and it's your job as a player to know when and how to best make use of his extremely powerful tools. But even after learning all of the aspects of his kit, the biggest hurdle that a Baptiste player will need to overcome is something much more terrifying. An obstacle that will truly weed out the epic gamers from the bronze scrubs. That being a fucking slight incline. All of a sudden, you can't just splash this shit next to a teammate to heal them. You need to activate aim hacks to even have half a chance at healing anything, or else you've just failed your team, yourself, and your trigonometry teacher, who told you you'd need to know what they're teaching one day. Do yourself a favor and stay uncontested on the high ground, and you've just made it borderline impossible for your team to lose a fight. In fact, if you decide that one of your dumb shit teammates isn't going to die, then you'd better fucking believe that not even Jeff Kaplan, oiled up and ready to wrestle, can stop you from keeping that piece of shit on life support. No amount of relentless aggression could stop them from staying alive, and no Genji main on his 16th Red Bull could even hope to land enough hits to finally finish off your target. And this, at the end of the day, is why Baptiste is such a painfully unstoppable force. So pick him up, get good, and embrace the bullshit.
As long as I